Welcome one and all to the alternative track layout series here on F1 2020. And we go to the Monaco Grand Prix circuit at night, mixing it up a little bit, making it a little bit alternative. And we go to this iconic street circuit, one of the most famous circuits around the world. 19 corners, 3.37 kilometres. First race back in 1929. It featured as round number 2 of the first F1 season in 1950. But it's such an iconic circuit. There's not a lot of changes we can do. Of course, a lot of the track limits are physical boundaries, physical buildings, streets and stuff. But down towards turn 1, Saint-Devote, no heroics down there, of course. Racing it round in the Williams as we climb up through Beau Rivage. Iconic car for an iconic circuit, iconic team, it must be said. Running up through Massenet and Casino, threading the needle through the floodlit streets of Monte Carlo, dropping down into Mirabeau, and now thinking about the Lowe's hairpin. I quite like a late apex or no apex at all as we ran through there. Now we're dropping it down to Portier, running along that seafront. Once again, of course, under the iconic tunnel section. Now comes for a little bit of alternation. Going down towards the Nouvelle chicane. Back like they used to do before 1986. A lot more opened up. It wasn't straight flat. There was a bit of a kink, but we're going to take it flat. Mixing things up a little bit. Now running through, of course, the swimming pool section. Through the chicane, and now the run towards Rascaz, getting it all hooked up, nice and tight. And now thinking about Anthony Nogues as we launch onto the main straight, DRS open, the run towards the line. And that, of course, is the lap of the Monaco Grand Prix circuit. Taking any alternative layout we can. And that's time to have a little bit of a look at them. Of course, you've got the change of the Novo chicane, remove it completely. That's going to bring up a lot of questions about to back especially, but there are other layouts. The Ypres circuit, you take a bit of a tighter line through Saint-Devote, run down, and you come out to the Novo chicane. You take it as a hairpin rather than a chicane, basically, and that's what they use in Formula E. But it's a tricky one, Monaco. It's so iconic. It's definitely one of those qualifying tracks. We all look forward to Saturday, I think, rather than Sunday. I think 2019 actually. It's quite an interesting race, of course, of Hamilton, using the mediums rather than the hards, and Verstappen pressuring him for basically the second half of the race, but there's not a lot you can really change about Monaco. I don't think you could basically straight line the Nouvelle chicane and try and take it straight flat, because that brings up a lot of questions about the safety down at the back. We talked about that a little bit in Abu Dhabi, how you can't just straight run up to that hairpin because of the grandstand. There's a lot of safety things you have to jiggle about. You might be able to look at maybe taking different streets, maybe trying to open things up, but then again, it's so iconic, Monaco. It's such a classic. It's been basically the same since the start. The start is when we raced back in 1929. There aren't that many differences, to be perfectly honest. But nevertheless, it's a great track, I think. Definitely a qualifying track. And not a lot you can change. But here are the one change you could potentially do if a few things have changed. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And we'll see you for the next episode in Spain.